All right, fellas.
Yeah, can't wait for this one, Noel. This is an absolute gem. Would you agree, Noel, that City can't afford to draw this? They have to win it?
Oh, absolutely. I think if we were to drop points here and Arsenal were to win, it's in their hands now anyway. But I think if we don't win and they win this weekend, I think we can kiss it goodbye.
The problem is, Noel, you just don't know what Liverpool team are turning up, do you? I know the rivalry over the last few years has been fantastic to watch if you're neutral between both sides, but they've been so inconsistent this year, Liverpool. But they've got to raise their game against one of their big rivals.
Well, we know what Liverpool team's going to turn up because they always turn up against us. Always, they'll probably, they'll put it all on the line against us tomorrow morning, and then probably be dreadful in the game after that. We could do with them not turning up, but trust me, they will. It'll be a great game. It always is. It's just a shame. It's the one back after the international break, and it's at 12 o'clock in the afternoon or whatever it is. The later in the week or the later in the day will be better, but it's going to be a great game. They always are great games. It's just it's top level football.
No, can you see any chance of Leeds doing you a favour down in London against the Arsenal?
Well, look, when we was at the Emirates that night when City played Arsenal, the three of us in the bar, right, and we beat them, everybody there, every single Arsenal fan was saying, right, well, that's it, it's over now. City are going to go on a run and we're going to fall away. What have Arsenal done? They've won the next 6-7 games, scored 20 goals, and we all know champions when we see them. And I'm telling you now, if I was an Arsenal fan and I was watching that team, it's theirs to throw away. They just look. I was talking to a few lads yesterday. I was up in Manchester yesterday, and they just look like champions. It's theirs. It's theirs to lose. They're scoring last minute goals. They're just digging it out, and I can't see. If we drop points now, it doesn't even matter if we beat them at the Etihad. I think this is like when Leicester won the league, when everyone was waiting for them to blow up.
Yeah.
And going, are you going to get into the last 6 games and what's going to happen? They never did. They never did. And I think, Ray will tell you better than me, but the feeling I get when I see Arsenal is I'm looking at them going, they look like they've got it to me.
No, was you surprised that they sold Zinchenko and Jesus to Arsenal? I know probably at the start of the season they didn't really expect Arsenal to be a big rival. But they've been so influential, especially Zinchenko in the last few games. He's been brilliant. The way he just bosses people around and the way he's got people in the huddle. Or you just said, oh, well, that was it. They need to get out of the club. And Arsenal were the only ones who wanted to buy him.
Well, I think in respect to Gabby, he had to go because Haaland was coming in and he wasn't, and they've got Alvarez. He wasn't going to get game time, you know what I mean? So they got good money for him. And with Zinchenko, that was a weird one because we don't really have much at left back. But or is he a right back? I can't remember now. But they're both great players, but Pep doesn't like to keep players who are not happy. He had Cancelo out the door as soon as he started.
I liked him as well. No, I really liked him.
I know. I think we've let him go to BeIN is a bit of I don't know why that happened, but anyway, I think no, they were both great players, and they'll get a great reception when they come up to the Etihad. The both of them, but it's no surprise to anyone that they're doing great.
Yeah. No, what about, I think your tickets are just on sale, aren't they, for your new tour, the 2023 tour of the UK? So
I believe they're on sale, this morning,
We're looking at Hull, London, Birmingham, Cardiff, Leeds, Glasgow, Liverpool. You love touring, don't you, playing live? I do. Yeah, are you going to come and see us? I don't see why. I'd be mad not to. I love your music, so I'd be mad not to. No, I know you joke a lot, and you don't like talking about Liam much, but was it a joke saying get his people to call your people, but possibly doing something again?
No, he should do it. I'm still waiting for the phone to ring.
Wow, well, there you go. So it wasn't just tongue-in-cheek. They should do it.
Yeah, he should stop yakking on the internet.
Yeah, well, he said that, didn't he? On Twitter, he said that Liam. He said he's up there with the best songwriters in the world. That's what Liam said. About, no, that's what he said about you. No, so it's a complimentary.
To be fair, it's not just him saying that.
No, I think you are as well. To be fair.
Well, and you're one of the best players that ever played.
Yeah. And Alan's one of the best broadcasters I've ever worked with.
When he turns up.
When he turns up.
When
Kev's not there.
So it's the UK tour, and then you're off to the States as well, I think.
Yeah, I'm off to America for 6-7 weeks, which I can't. I'm looking forward to it, but we've planned it badly, actually, because I never took into account the World Cup in the winter, so I'm going to be away for the Champions League final should we get there.
Yeah.
Which you're talking about Haaland being fit and all that. I don't think they'll risk him on.
No.
I don't think they'll risk him tomorrow if he's not fit, because I think this year, although we're in the wrong side of the draw again, I think the teams that win it tend to jam it when they're not at their best. So we're kind of confident a little bit this year.
Yeah, and that tour bus would be something else now, wouldn't it? When you go in America, you said you got a tour bus going around.
Well, it's just me on it. You know what I mean?
Oh,
so yeah. There's about 37 people crammed on the other one, and I kind of sit with my feet up on my own tour bus with my own security guard who's West Ham fan, and we have a great time.
By the way, they've got a big game as well. West Ham at home. They're looking at. There's got to be 3 points against Southampton as well. West Ham, because they're not out of it. That's for sure.
Well, this is the great thing about the Premier League. As much as it's great up at the top end of the table and all that, it's down the bottom which makes the league great, because there's about 6 or 7 teams that could still get dragged into it. Yeah, and it's all the big games this weekend. So I think this weekend at the top and the bottom could be pivotal. I think if City drop points or Arsenal drop points or whoever's down the bottom, it's going to be a big week. And after the international break, there's always a few crazy results. So it's going to be a big weekend.
No, you've got to be happy with Vincent Kompany's doing so well, because he was an absolute legend at City.
Yeah.
Great player. Yeah. And he's doing so well at Burnley. He's been linked with Spurs. I'm thinking, whoa, I'm not too sure that's right for him at this present time. I certainly can see him being a City manager. I know in the future. I can definitely. He should see Burnley through to the top to this season and into the Premier League and see what happens. But who'd go anywhere near Tottenham? No one would. And Tottenham are just a farce. You know what I mean? But would he one day probably at City? Yeah, definitely.
I mean, he's an absolute the uber legend at our club, and we adore him and always will do. And I'm sure he'd be welcome should he do the business with Burnley, but that's a long way off, because I don't think Pep's going anywhere anytime soon.
No, brilliant. Great to talk. Thank you very much. Enjoy
Cheers,
the
Noel.
game tomorrow. I hope you get your result as well, because we want this to go right to the last game, don't we?
I don't.
No, you don't. No, brilliant. Thank you, and good luck
All
with
right.
the tour.
Cheers,
Brilliant.
Noel.
See you soon.
So,
Bye.
Tickets on sale at noelgallagher.com for the UK Arena Tour. New single out, Dead to the World. New album out now as well. His 4th studio album. Noel Gallagher, everyone. Brilliant. Thank you.
TalkSPORT Breakfast with Alan Brazil. Thursday and Friday morning, 6 till 10. On AM, on DAB, via the TalkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. TalkSPORT.